Olympic champions. Iran qualified for their first ever Olympics at Rio. They finished a very creditable 5th. As we see the introduction of their starters, Amir Ghafour, number 10, just going through, will be one of their key scorers. Ali Shafiei going through there as well, and the libero, Mohammad Reza Hazratpour, only a youngster, 20 years old, but emerged in a big way in 2018. And their Serbian coach, Igor Kolakovic, knows he's developed a really strong squad with no big weaknesses, highly efficient. Whether they have that extra little element of flair to take them to the very highest level is another matter altogether. But Brazil, of course, have flair in abundance. And let's meet their starters, led out by Isaac, Fernando, the setter, of course, Wallace de Souza, the opposite hitter, Douglas, Lucas, the middle blocker, and Lucarelli. That is their starting 6 with Tales, the libero. That is a star-studded group. It really is. That's a group that wouldn't be out of place in an Olympic final. Marcelo Frankowiak running the show for Brazil, going up against Igor Kolakovic as we check the starting lineup. Keep an eye out for Maruf, of course, the setter. Sayed, a huge middle blocker. And number 7, Pouria Fayazi, really starting to come into his own. Had a couple of starts and has looked good. Talking about looking good, they don't look much better than the Brazilians right now. Fernando is their setter. Lucarelli, a dangerous outside hitter as well. Wallace, always a big point scorer from the opposite position. And a lot of Olympic gold medalists in this group right here. This is one everybody's looking forward to. And we're underway. It's a sizzler from Fernando. Nicely handled, but a miscue on the cross-court attempt for Iran. That's a point on the board for Brazil. Oh, they picked up the serve so well. The Iranians will be disappointed that they misfired on the cross-court, which keeps Fernando staying at the baseline to serve. First point on the board for the Brazilians. That one just traveled. Nicely judged. Well, already you can see Said Maruf telling everybody exactly where they need to be. Ali Shafiei, the middle blocker, will serve. Service reception so big at this level. Not exactly a deadly serve, and it got exactly what it deserved. Lucas smashing it back down off the quick set. Well, they'll have to be a bit more ambitious with their serves than that, the Iranians, if they want to be competitive in this one. The soft, safe, easy serves just get gobbled up at this level. And that was by the numbers stuff there from Brazil, and there was no defending that. Douglas then with the netter. Well, the netting will happen when you go for the aggressive serves. You'll see long serves as well. You have to challenge the receiving team. If you play it safe, well, you've already seen what happens. Amir Ghafour, the opposite hitter, a double Asian Games gold medalist, back to serve for the Iranians, and he's not holding back, is he? Oh my goodness. Well, he set it up. He hung it out there. He said, watch this. High ball toss. Look at the movement I'm going to get on this. And the Brazilians just watched it through, hoping it wasn't going to catch the back of the line, but it did. Ace serve from Amir Ghafour. Now, can he conjure up another one of those? Oh, it's a dazzler again. The Brazilians will just manage to recycle this back over, but the initiative goes to the Iranians. Ghafour driving down the far side again. Reverse set was the obvious option. They were scrambling. They were all over the place. Ghafour said, backside. I'll have that, thank you very much. And he'll stay there now. 2 dazzling serves, 2 stunning points. Can he keep it rolling here? Didn't miss by much. Side out, Brazil. With Lucas. The best middle blocker of last year's World Championship, which Brazil picked up a silver medal. Oh, he was struggling there, always struggling, Maruf, to get anything on that. Had to just try and push it over on second touch. Never really got anything on it. Was always second best there, Maruf. Service reception letting the Iranians down, and that allows Brazil to level. Lucarelli will stay on. Another backside set, driven down with authority. Oh, Maruf is known to feed the hot hand. If somebody's found some form and rhythm early, expect Maruf to keep feeding them, and right now Amir Ghafour is hungry. Buria Fayazi coming in off the back of a couple of very, very impressive performances. Double figures against China and Germany, back to back. He too goes aggressive. They'll take that far side as well, Brazil. And the easy kill. Side out. Well, again, the setting is absolutely a thing of beauty. Lucarelli says, well, yep, I'll have that. Here's Wallace back to serve now. Brilliant pickup. And Ibadipur goes cross court. Everything coming off service reception there. Hazratpour with a terrific pickup. And even though Maruf had to make an adjustment taking that set mid-court, he had lots of options around him. That brings up Sayed, deadly middle blocker who's also got a serve on him. Yeah, nice. Take it to the outside again. The Iranian defense frozen there. He could have gone inside to Isaac. Instead, he sent it outside. And you're not stopping that. There's the fake. There's the kill. Lucarelli again. Lucarelli bringing some heat far side. Well, at the moment, it's a duel on that far side between Ghafour for Iran and Lucarelli here, who will now serve 6-all. Another high ball toss and the net. Maruf up next. Near side, the block is in place. Nice job from Chafier, so they'll put it back to Isaac. He can't find a winner either. So the backcourt attack comes in. Brilliant pickup from Hazratpour. Ibadipur goes cross-court. They've somehow kept that alive. Isaac with a brilliant pickup there. Ibadipur blocked. Isaac again. They'll give it to Ibadipur again, who goes for touch. And the point goes to Brazil. Look at what happened at the net there. And there is no complaints from the Iranians. Really good point, and Brazil so strong defensively as well. Yeah, you're not stopping that. Quick set inside, boom. That'll do you. So we get to the first technical timeout with the Iranians 8-7 in front. The second technical timeout will come when the leading team reaches 16 points. Both coaches can call 2 timeouts per set at their discretion.
Guys, you know that they are not perfect in the reception. You have to use that situation.
Well, Amir Ghafour came on strong early there. Well, we look at some of the damage he wreaked early on. Igor Kalakovic, the Iranian coach, is just saying the Brazilian service reception is not perfect. Is that something that we can go and exploit?
Just continue, guys. Point by point. Patient. Point by point. Aye.
So a first chance then for both coaches to just pass on their observations from the early skirmishes here, which haven't really told us anything we didn't know. These two teams are pretty good. Ibadipur skims the net. Far side again, the block wipes out Douglas. Oh yes, now that's what the Iranians wanted. A huge stuffed block far side. Douglas was driving in, and the block, the delayed block from Amir Ghafour, we know what he can do offensively. Well, he timed the defensive block perfectly there as well, and Amir Ghafour is having quite a set. Ibadipur will stay on. Where's that going? Yeah, really good adjustment there at the net. That was absolutely stunning from Fernando. One-handed at full stretch, and very few options available except the big man in the middle, and Lucas taking full advantage, and that just settles Brazil down a bit. That was a big point for them to win. All off the man serving now. Brilliant bit of setting. The cross court, you're not stopping that. Amir Ghafour continues to show the hot hand here. Ghafour racked up 20 points in the 4-set win against Italy. The world number 3. He's backed that up with 19 against China as well. The setter is being asked to do a lot, but he's done enough. His service reception is not perfect from Brazil. And for the second time, Fernando has got him out of a possible hole with a brilliant bit of setting. Here's Douglas, one of a slew of Olympic gold medalists on this squad. Oh, that was a good one. Again, too much heat. Mike, the libero, was back there, but that was coming full on from Amir Ghafour. And you can bet Maruf is going to go looking for him down that far side. He has wreaked havoc through this first set. He's got a block point, he's got an ace serve, and he's got 4 kills down that far side. Doesn't get the ace there. Lucas, the captain, serving 10-11. Ibadipur picks that up. Beautiful set again. Terrific execution. Sayed, who we haven't seen a lot of in this match, with everything seemingly going to Ghafour, but Sayed can be a lethal hitter as well, particularly off that quick set like that. Really good pickup on the serve as well from Ibadipur, which will bring Puria Fayazi up to the server position in the rotation. The Iranians still protecting that slender lead. Can they build on it? Might just pick this up. The setter tried for the second touch, didn't work, but now he can set again, and they've done it. They've broken through again. What a good point. Played at dazzling speed. Vital pickup there. What a dig from Puria. Well, the Brazilians have taken a timeout off the back of this because that's a gap that's opened up now. And it's Sayed again that pops up with the kill. And Brazil saying, hey, we gotta take a look at this.
Mais confortável para ela, tá? Ei, a nossa rodada tá boa, tem que ser pouquinho melhor no saque, bloqueio e defesa.
Well, they're now chasing it. Brazil looking at a 3-point deficit. It's the opposite of tennis volleyball. It's harder to win a point on serve. But it's the Iranians that have protected that lead. In fact, have built on it. Ibadipur slows everything down off that serve. Didn't fool anybody. But the cross-court doesn't work. Ibadipur was able to pick that up. Then the block comes in, but can't keep it in play. Ibadipur too good for the block. Well, he was in the middle of everything on that point. The block from Isaac. The other number 2 just couldn't keep it in play. So Puria, who took everything off that last serve, really up the tempo here. Looking to vary it up a bit. Goes for the high ball toss again and does zing it. The block is there, and that may well have dropped. Fernando had to deal with that. And that's clever. Wallace. Total adjustment of the tempo of the hit there. Yeah, the block was already. Wallace was looking to swing right through there, and then he just went, no, I'll nudge it. Clever. That's a clever serve from Wallace as well. Brilliantly picked up Sayed off the quick set, but that was all about service reception. Great adjustment made. No stopping Sayed though. But that was the moment. Brilliant pickup from Puria. And of course everybody pointed at Puria on that side of the net. They recognised what made that point special. Sayed got the spike. Well, now serve long. Side out as we get close to the second technical timeout. The Brazilians would like to claw one of those points back right here. It goes into a 4-point deficit at the second technical timeout. That's what they're facing right now as Ibadipur can't pull the trigger though. Lucarelli was there and it's finished by Isaac. They've got big Isaac involved offensively for the first time in the match, and a very important time as well. And the Iranians missed a trick there. Lucarelli then will stay. Oh, as he flukes it, he has. Well, that's changed the complexion. They could have been staring at 16-12 at the second technical timeout here. But the ace serve, a fluked one, but nevertheless, you take anything you can get at this level. Pulls Brazil to within a point. Lucarelli will look to level it up right here. Can it be 3 points in a row off serve? It's a good one. Picked up by Puria again, backside. Ibadipur has to find a winner and can't. The block took the sting out of it. They'll go far side, Brazil. Can't beat Gafour. Ibadipur will have another go and does break through at the second attempt. Big, big point for that. It keeps the Iranians in front as we reach the second technical timeout. Another really good rally. And Ibadipur got his angle absolutely perfect there. No chance for Fernando and Isaac. Brazil still trailing here, but tucked in just behind the Iranians, 2 points in arrears.
Take the rest, play good. Again, point by point. Point by point. Our service is really good.
Well, Maroof looking his usual implacable self. Maroof has been known to get motivated, shall we say. He certainly is capable of motivating his teammates. But keeping the emotions in check early on here. The Iranians are giving themselves a decent chance at this first set. Brazil, who could have been staring at a 4-point deficit, under the circumstances will be very happy that it's just 2. And with Iran serving next, there's a chance for the Brazilians with a decent service reception to take this next point as well. Maroof with it. Oh, it's a good one. Tales has lost that completely. Ace serve for Maroof. Well, you only need to misjudge this by 2 or 3 millimeters for that to happen. And Tales, you saw his reaction. That's all it took. Now, will he go after Tales again? Oh, went for the ace and didn't miss by much. One of those sneaky servers, Maroof. Don't quite know what's coming next. Isaac Santos, one of those Santa Cruzeiro players. A lot of talent comes out of that. Oh my goodness, foot fault. Well, they can't afford those, that's for sure. Not when you're chasing, not this deep in the set either. It batted poor. Tales with a much better job of service reception. Backside it goes. Too hot from front from Wallace there. Off the deep reverse set from Fernando. Even with the 2-man block in place, Wallace with that terrific height of his. Too good. Hello. Confusion all round there. And the confusion sorted out by Ali Shafiei at the second time of asking. Got a very good shot at this opening set here, the Iranians. Shafiei. Flatter serve, Tales handles that. That'll come back with interest. Not stopping that. Wallace's eyes got really big when he saw that. Amir Ghafour might have had one stuff block to his name, but one-on-one with Wallace, who gets such excellent elevation. There was no chance of a second stuff block there. Douglas. Side out Iran. That's a good one. Picked up nicely there by Douglas. And off the back of that service reception, the Brazilians take the point. They keep in touch here. Lucas. What they need, and quickly, is a point on serve, because chance is running out for them in this opening set. And they're not going to get it there. Setter Poria Yali comes in. Well, there's an opposite hitter, not the he replaces Maroof, the setter, as they look to try and build a defensive wall here, the Iranians, getting a bit of extra height on there. As Puria will now serve. There's a big one now. Can they find that bit of defense? Near side they come. Wallace, too good. Well, there was a backcourt defender there, but when Wallace is swinging through like this, it's very, very difficult to get anything on it at all. And Puria Fayazi, a despairing dive. Out goes Isaac. And Mauricio Souza comes in. That is a like-for-like switch. All you're doing is bringing an Olympic gold medalist off the bench. Gives you an indication of just how much strength in depth the Brazilians have. Far side again, Gafour denied this time, and can Brazil make them pay? Brilliant from Hazratpour, what a rescue. Ibadipur with not much of a play on there, so the Brazilians will get a second look at this, and they'll make the breakthrough. Lucarelli, far side. Brazil haven't given up this first set yet. Well, they stayed on the front foot there, and the Iranians fully in scrambling defensive mode. And the initiative never really switched. They were always just staying alive in the point. And that's enough now for Igor Kolakovic to say, well, we've got to call a timeout here, with that lead trimmed to just 1 point. Well, Brazil needed 2 points on serve, and they needed it quickly. They've got one. And that puts the pressure on Iran now. They've got to try and hold on to this lead. It wouldn't do the Iranian psyche much good to lose this first set. Still theirs for the taking. Nasty serve there, and Sayed can't find a winner. Hazratpour has kept it alive. Gafour, though, terrific dig there from Wallace, who can look to finish the job offensively. Hazratpour, brilliant again. They'll go for the pipe attack. That's rejected as well. What a rally. The three-man block does enough. And they'll go inside. Sayed eventually makes the breakthrough. Huge point that for Iran. Absolutely massive point. Both teams had their chances. What a rally. And in the end, off the quick set, just too much heat. Brazil doing so much good work defensively. Sayed needs a breather, which brings Farhad Gaemi in to pinch hit from the center position. Probably not needing a breather, Sayed, because he was up due to serve next, but he'll be happy just to draw in some oxygen after that rally. It's a good serve. Back on first touch, what a chance. If Ibadipur can't take it, kept alive, will they get a second bite at this with Ibadipur? Stuffed out of it by Fernando. That's another missed opportunity for the Iranians. You get a serve come back on first touch, you've got to take that point. And they couldn't. Ibadipur denied. Fernando saying no way. That point keeps it close as Allen comes in. Brazil now trying to beef it up at the front court. Oh, can the Iranians hang on here? Sayed stays out. Thought he was going to come back in, doesn't look too happy. Did he catch it? No. Just went too long. How close was that? Lucarelli missing by a whisker, who ran now within 2 points. Allen checks back out again. Not able to make a play as the serve was so long. Fernando back in. Must win point for Brazil. Sneaky. Blocked and kept alive. Far side, the block is too good again. Brazil are going to have to try and win this point again. They'll come near side, and eventually Wallace says enough is enough. What a clever serve that was from Maroof. It sowed a bit of havoc. Strong defense. And you're not beating Wallace one-on-one. Wallace is really swinging through this ball at the moment. And Maroof won't be too pleased about that. Now can Brazil level? Sousa's serve is dealt with. Gafour near side. Now, did that touch the net? Well, it's academic anyway. It goes to Iran, and now are on set point. Well, they've called a timeout. Make them wait. Why not?
Só tá na reta, pra dentro, vamos pegando, ok? Não vem muito pra dentro, vamos rodar essa bola e vamos aproveitar o nosso saque. A gente começou a jogar melhor no final do set, bloco de defesa. É isso que precisa, a nossa rodada tá boa. Ah, atenção total agora, sai down. Vai. Vamos, galera, vai pra cima.
Well, Brazil are now out of chances. They have to handle this first serve coming at them from Mila de Padapur, but then they have to win the next point on serve to take this past 25, because although it's a race to 25, you have to win by 2 clear points. Out comes Kuria Fayazi. In comes Mohamed Manavi. Padapur with serve. Hype attack, too good. Side out. That was never in doubt. That was the easy part of the equation, though. Lucarelli keeping him alive. This is the tough part. Manavi checks back out again. Padapur comes in. Fayazi, comes in. Here's the serve. Skims the net, and the Iranians secure the first set. Ali Shafiei rising high. That was a gut check for Iran. They had the lead. The Brazilians kept the pressure on, and a lesser team would have buckled under that pressure, but not this squad that Igor Kolakovic has put together. They're battle hardened now. They've operated at a very high level for a number of years, and they've held their nerve to take this first set, 25-23. They went 5 sets in this competition a year ago. Brazil and Iran could well be heading for another 5-setter right here. This is how the first set was won by the Iranians. So that's how they did it in pictures. This is how they did it in numbers. The attack points, 15-14. A couple of aces that proved to be the difference. Just look at that. So similar, those numbers. Now let's have a look at the spike placements from the Iranians. They got a lot of early attacks. Far side, down the lines were particularly effective from Amir Gafour. Lots of variety, that's the key. You can't just keep sending the same stuff over and over again. Mixing up the down the lines with the cross courts to good effect. Grabbing the lead midway through that first set and clinging onto it under intense pressure. So, first blood, Iran. Well, this is a best-of-5 setter, and I don't think anybody in this huddle right now thinks, oh, we're wrapping this up in 3. Not against Brazil, not against the world #1s, the reigning Olympic champions. Last year's World Championship silver medalists. They've already knocked off the team that beat them in that final a year ago, Poland. Let's see how Brazil respond to falling behind. Last time this happened in the VNL was in the opening match against Italy for Iran. They fell behind there. And that's the last time they dropped a set. That's 10 sets in a row they've won since. Always nice to forget what it's like to lose. So Iran with the early initiative then. Let's see how Brazil can respond. These two teams both unbeaten, remember. Second set underway. They continue to go after Tales, the libero. And the stuffed block is there early. Wow, that's Ali Shafiei once again. Another reverse set. And Wallace taken out of it. Again. Yeah, that's too good. Lucas. So, first point to the Iranian number 16. Second point to the Brazilian number 16. Side out. Leal off the bench. Very, very good server. As we've just seen, and yeah, they forced the error. They forced the error. As Gafour with the misfire. So Leal, who was the best server in the World League 9 long years ago, showing exactly how good a server he can be. They lead 2-1. They led the first set 2-1. That's the last time they led. Can they go on from here? Leal, it's another zinger. Oh, well, well, well. Again, what a weapon to be able to bring off the bench. Well, he finished the round of 3 matches in Katowice impressively, hanging 15 points on Poland. Here, he's come in and created havoc already. Now, this is a chance for the Iranians to get him out of there, but the stuff block picked up by Maroof, and the ever-reliable Amir Gafour finishing the job, scrubbing one off the block there. Iran needed that one. You know, let's fall too far behind against Brazil, no matter what stage of the set it is. You don't play catch-up against Brazil. You've got to stay close. Shafiei. Not much on that one at all. But the block is good. The block was absolutely terrific. There's another block, but that's not going to stay in. Oh, Sayed was right in the thick of it at the net for the Iranians. But this one was just too hot to handle. There's Sayed with the first one. Brilliantly rescued there from Tales. The second bite, though. Well, there's going to be a challenge from the Iranians about this right here. Was there a net touch? Well, somebody's clearly seen something for this call to come. Anything there? Well, lots of net movement, and it's all because of the contact on the other side of the net. Well, they saw the net move. Didn't know why it was moving. So gambled and lost. That's one of 2 challenges burned. early. Meanwhile, the conversations continue. So let's play it again. Now, there won't be any conversations about that one. Yeah, I think Lucas just took it on himself there to say, enough's enough. We won it once, we'll win it again. And they did. He'll now serve. Picked up off the floor by Puria. The cross-court attempt misses from Amir Ghafour. And that opens the gap up. Lucas always caught the line. In fact, well inside it. Misjudgment there, and expect a timeout to be called right here. A serve from Lucas. Dropped that one in to perfection. And this second set may already have got away from Iran. Look at this. They watched it, and it dropped in pretty comfortably. Puria Fayazi and Milad Ibadipur split backcourt, and a problem early here for the Iranians. Well, you could expect Brazil to react after falling a set behind. Here's the reaction. Lucas then will stay on. Skims the net this time. The pipe attack is no good. Well, well, well. Officially blown dead at the fourth touch. No contact on the other side. That was all net off the attack hit. Gonna be tough for Iran to come back from this. Really good serve. His block is in place but couldn't keep it in. Check behind him there from Maroof. No intention of going backside. So Ghafour, well, we know he can sizzle from the service position. Talk about sizzling, what about that? From Lucarelli, oh, now that's interesting. You can see the reaction from the Brazilian side. The ball has gone the Iranians' way. Now, can Ghafour come up with another something special? No, he can't. So Brazil will come to the first technical timeout of this second set with a comfortable lead, 8-4.
Ei, vambora!
it's the Iranians that are going to have to make the adjustments here. Igor Kolakovic working hard in that timeout. How can they close the gap? First of all, they've got a side out. They'll do it right there as Amir Ghafour goes back to work. Refreshed and rejuvenated. Ghafour closing in on a double-digit game already. That's his 9th point of the match. Early here in the second set, off the reverse set. Thank you very much. Not much stopping that. Now, points on serve are required. Can Pouria Fayazi conjure something up here? Yeah, it was too easy. Souza with the finish. Off the quick set. But really, no questions asked there at all off the serve. And as easy as you like for Mauricio Souza. One of 4 players with the surname Souza on this Brazil squad. Hello, there's a bit of a problem there. Well, the serve caused some havoc, just dropping mid-court. Brazil continue to have this second set by the scruff of the neck here. Lucarelli with his cheerleader in the crowd. Stays on serve, it's another good one. Will the roof go here, take it to big Sayed. That's another one of those tough to defend moments. Just a one-on-one blocker against Mauricio Souza. What he's going to do is slip it to the side of the blocker. That's going to be enough. Sayed now will serve. Best middle blocker of the 2015 World Cup, Sayed Musavi. Too good. Another inside hit. Souza. Oh, the middle's dueling head-to-head at the moment here. Couple of points for Souza. Either side of the kill point from Sayed. Good chance here for the Iranians. Far side it goes. Ibadipur can't find a winner. Not much of a play on there, but he's conjured something out of that. Yoandi Leal. Well, he was second favourite there with the block placed, but he's angled this so well. And it just couldn't come back. Just glancing off the forearm there and dropping. Well, that's a sickener for the Iranians. Ibadipur blocked, but contact. All those bodies there, and I think it was the man in the middle. May well have been Lucas. Just touching the net there. Early call and an easy call. And no complaints this time either. That was a big, big hit. Leal once again. Too hot for the block. Couldn't control it. Just an indication of Brazil and their strength in numbers, that you can bring the likes of Leal and Souza off the bench. They can have such an impact as they are doing here. Here's Fernando, the setter, serving Hazratpour, and that's coming straight back. No nonsense, Ali Shafiei. Really nice pickup from Mohammad Reza Hazratpour. Again, off the quick set, the block almost grounded. Just look how high Ali Shafiei was when he took that, and look how low the would-be blockers were. Around with a lot of work to do to get back into this set. Ibadipur went really long. up by Balipur, and then, ooh, well, that might be, even this early in the set, Iran's last chance. Shafee was set up perfectly, just misfired. Timeout has been taken, even with the second technical timeout so close. Igor Galackovic has got something that needs to be said.
Ball by ball. To adapt the service or to adapt the because they are now playing much better. They don't have to the next period to be up to them. Just thinking about the game, about the points, next point.
Not overcomplicating things there at all, Galackovic. Just trying to get their focus back as much as anything, because they have got knocked out of this second set very early. And it's in danger of unraveling completely here. You would think against a squad like Brazil, there is no chance of a comeback from a deficit like this. Side out as the Leal serve just misses. Shafee. Ooh, Leal's made a complete mess of that. Brilliantly kept alive by Thales. No more than that, though. This surely is a quick put away, and is. Sayed says thank you very much. And everything went wrong from service reception there from Yuandi Leal. That is absolutely dazzling stuff from Thales, who wouldn't give it up, but the initiative had gone to the Iranians. And the quick set to Sayed gave that point exactly what it deserved. So Shafee stays on. I wonder if he'll look for Leal again on service reception. Yes, he does. It's much better handled this time, and they'll take it far side, or near side rather, where Lucarelli pulls the trigger again. So now we are at the second technical timeout, and it's still Brazil comfortable here, leading by 6. Well, Lucarelli's done some work here. This is 5th attack point of the match. Even against a very well lined up block there. The two blockers just couldn't quite meld together, and he found that gap between them. That's really accurate hitting. They just needed to be a little bit closer together, those two blockers. Leave a gap, and there's a danger of that happening. Lucarelli threading the needle there. Confirmation of his numbers. He won ace, making a 6-point game. So far, plenty more to come, you suspect. Well, he's been pretty quiet, Pouria Fayazi, for a while. Been forced onto mainly defensive duties. And just a reminder there that he can do some damage on the outside. Yali back in as they go for a bit of beef front court. Oh, service reception is a shocker again. Got what it deserved. Oh, that was a nightmare. That's a freebie for Sayed. And they'll keep that defensive rotation in place as well here, Iran. Just half a chance here, perhaps. He's thinking it. Well, will there be another miscue on service reception? Oh, that's another zinger there from Gafour. the pickup was so important. Tales, the libero, the best libero in the recently concluded Brazilian Superliga, showing just why there. Lucarelli with the put away, but all the hard work had been done by the pickup, and again, a two-man block better be perfect to stop Lucarelli. If it's not, forget it. Bringing the changes, the Iranians. Karimian, the block is in place, and that was the other setter, Fernando, with the wipeout block. Poria Yali, one of the Iranian subs, stuffed out of it. Well, I think the Iranians have given up on this second set. Looking at the personnel changes that they've made, as Wallace comes in, might as well be an ace. So good. But they've rescued it really well. Is it just a stay of execution? Yes, it is. Souza on the inside says thank you. We've always got to fight for it, keep it alive. And the Iranians certainly did that. But in the end, no stopping it. Service reception, the problem there. Fayazi losing out. Karimi, the new guy, coming in with the rescue, but nah, you're not stopping that. So Wallace serving 19-12, with Brazil looking to level this one up at 1 set apiece. Oh, no, just missed. Not by much. But Brazil will happily side out from here. Fayazi. Can he find an ace? No, he can't. He can find nothing but nylon. Lucarelli does have an ace to his name. One of 3 Brazilian aces in this match. They don't need another one. You'll take it if you can get it. Not much of a play there available at all, and Leal has done really well to win that duel at the net. The double touch call goes against the Iranians. All a bit of a mess. There it is, and yeah, he has to just give it another push. You can probably give him 3 touches there. Poria Yali, the young opposite, losing out there as Allen comes off the bench, one of the many Souzas in this squad. Giving Fernando a breather as they again look to bulk up front court. Gayemi comes in as well. Very experienced outside hitter. One of the Iranian bronze medal squad in the Grand Champions Cup. Problems here. No winner there for Yali. And a winner on the other side from Brazil, and they really are trying to just put the Iranians in their place. Lucarelli continuing to just wreak havoc. And the problem you got with Lucarelli, he can do it from anywhere. Inside, outside, pipe attack from the back. He can be lethal. And he'd be lethal from the serve position. Well, that's picked up. Abadapur with a swing and a miss. Well, this second set has unraveled pretty badly for Iran. There is another substitution as Masoud Gholami will get a first taste of VNL action this year. Didn't make the trip to China. The only change on the Iranian 14. And Morteza Sharifi sitting this round of matches out in place of Gholami, who now steps in. Igor Kalakovic, the Serbian coach of Iran, will already be working out what he needs to say between sets here, because there's a very, very important moment coming up. To take the first set against Brazil is a big-time achievement, but to crumble in the second set is a serious cause for concern. And they've been second best and put in their place in this second set. It's been a much more solid all-round performance from the Brazilians. Again, service reception so good. Once again, Souza just ripping it through off the quick set. And we're at set point. Souza then. Well, they'll have to wait for it as Poria Yali comes in. Really good experience this for the youngster, only 20 years old. The core of the Iranian squad have been together for 4 or 5 years, but you have to refresh that with new blood. And Yali being given an opportunity to shine here. Not the best service reception, punished. The Iranians not going quietly. But that's just putting a little bit of gloss on the scoreline here. It is just delaying the inevitable. Unless Iran can conjure up 8 points in a row on serve. But no one's expecting that. Least of all, Poria Yali here. This should probably end it right here, and does. That'll do it. And it's Allen off the bench and onto the score sheet with the cross court that wraps this one up. That's an emphatic answer with Brazil. He shuffled his personnel as well, and he certainly found a winning blend there as Brazil take this second set in some style. 25-16. Let's have a look at some of the highlights. So that's how Brazil ran away with the second set. And there's the numbers that confirmed a couple of aces in there, forcing some errors as well. And some very efficient hitting. From all points as well, it seemed. It wasn't just outside attacks that were working for Brazil, they were taking them inside as well. And these placements will confirm that. That's where they've been spreading it around. They really have had the Iranians guessing. Very much on the back foot. A couple of deep aces dropped in there as well. And whilst they are favouring one side, there is plenty of variety coming in on the Brazilian serve. Well, they fell behind and were always chasing in the first set, but once they've got their noses in front in the second set, and the writing was on the wall at 5-2, you just thought then, you can't come back from this Brazil team if you fall behind like that. The Iranians never really threatened from very early, and the second set just rather faded out. And the interesting thing will be, what can Igor Kalakovic do to change things up? The fans coming in early, looking forward to the second match that we'll be seeing today. Japan, the host nation, up against Argentina. That's another one that could have 5 sets written all over it. Well, are the Brazilians going to keep going through the gears here, or can Iran respond? They've had the bucket of cold water thrown over them, Brazil. They've responded brilliantly. They're wide awake now. We are level at 1 set apiece. Brazil serving first. Got a chance of claiming the first point as well. Near side. Too good for the block. Wallace. And plenty of blockers in place for Iran. Yeah, momentum is with them now. Mauricio Souza will continue with serve. Serving Hazratpour. Far side and stuffed out of it. Amir Ghafour. The block good. Ghafour was just wiped out there. Well, that's your banker, but just look at the penetration they achieved on that far side. Whether it was Leal or whether it was Lucas, it doesn't matter. That is the definition of a stuffed block. The tag team taking out Ghafour. And finally, Iran wake up. Ali Shafiei, this was important. Off the quick set, down the gut. And anytime you're getting over 90 kilometers an hour on your spike, you're asking an awful lot of the defense. Nobody could get anywhere near Ali Shafiei there. He will now serve. As Brazil look to just try and shut down the damage right here and get back on terms. Not much on that serve. The block. Did it do its job? Well, did it get a touch on the way back through? Well, there's the answer. That was important. So they are level. Momentum swings again. Well, the block was in place. Really good. It needed something on the way through. Going back, they got it. Shafiei then. Oh, nobody expected that. Nobody on the Brazil side expected that. Well, Shafiei hadn't really asked any questions with the previous serve. I think the Brazilians were all thinking, well, we can deal with this one. And he's found a huge gap in the backcourt. Nobody home. And Ali Shafiei with the ace. 3 points in a row, Iran. That's an impressive response. That just got shut down pretty quickly. Well, Lucarelli with the attack hit, all about timing. Get your feet off the ground before you hit that 3-meter line. And the pipe attack, lethal from Lucarelli. Important dig there from Leal. And a nicely placed cross court as well to finish the job from Wallace. Handled that one pretty comfortably. And this, a pretty good serve, but it's all about finding the gaps. The blockers can't be everywhere. And threaded the needle beautifully there, Wallace. Another big pickup before this time. Poirier denied. They'll get a second go. And too hot this time, despite the best efforts of Maike, the young libero, backcourt. Too much mustard on that one from Poirier. By 4. Again, you'd look at it and say, well, how come you can't keep it in play? What he's looking for is the fine margins. Drop it onto the edges, into the corners. Cannot play safe. Just missing out there. Fayazi, not by much. Talking about not missing by much, Lucas went for one there. That wasn't far enough, far away either. But long it was. Well, the Iranians have pulled themselves out of their slump really well here. And the serving is now getting very aggressive. These two teams really challenging each other at the moment, though. They're misfiring with their serves. Who can find a big one? Took a lot off that, Wallace, and they paid the price for it. It's all about finding the gap. And the gap was found nicely there by Ali Shafiei. Nice adjustment. Maruf. Absolutely lethal again from Wallace. Hazratpour saying, well, I got underneath it. And I think they may call a challenge on this one. He certainly thought he got a bit of this. And reacted immediately when the call went against him. That'll tell you something right there. So they'll challenge this. Was there a floor touch? Mohammad Reza Hazratpour was emphatic that there was no floor touch. And when you see a player react like that, a coach is always going to trust his player. But what you often see with floor touches is the ball will contact the player, but also the floor as well. You'll get a double touch. Which way is this one going to go? There's a foot involved there as well from Hazratpour. Now that has definitely touched the floor. So Hazratpour would have felt that contact the foot and think, well, yeah, I got that. But unfortunately for him, there was a bit of floor in there as well. So let's do this one again. Lucarelli. Oh, they'll have to win it a second time here after that brilliant block. Far side, cross court, see you later, Yoandi Leal. Brazil get to the 8-point marker first, 8-7. Much more competitive third set. Brazil started fast, Iran regrouped quickly. Both teams really testing each other out, probing for weaknesses. Fascinating third set. Threatening to unfold here. Well, Wallace de Souza has had a very, very productive game. Very accurate with his spiking. Nothing more disheartening for a block to get set and established and not even get a touch on the ball. Fine margin there from Wallace as well. Really is finding not only power, but a lot of accuracy as well for those 8 attack points. points really getting shared out. No player in double digits yet. Sayed and Gafour on 9, Lucarelli on 9. And Lucarelli won't be making double digits on that net serve. Milad Ibadipour next. Picked up nicely by Thales, and then picked up just as well by Hazratpour, who had to adjust for it. No play far side there. So they'll come near side instead with Wallace to Souza, and that was a power show all the way. Hazratpour got under it, could get no control on it though. Such was the venom, and admittedly the touch there off Fayazi, taking it away. Nothing else they could have done with this, really. This was just too hot. Hazratpour would have needed a miracle to get anything under that. Souza with serve, and that's not ideal. It's not ideal at all on the Iranian side of things. Service reception just had Maroof jammed up under the net with no margin for error at all, no wiggle room at all. Just get one hand on it and hope for the best. Nobody home. So Brazil make the first breakthrough. Souza will continue. That's not perfect from Ibadipour. Nice rescue from Maroof. The put away was terrific, but that was all about the adjustment made at the net by the super setter, Maroof. Nice again, one-handed backside. Amir Gafour becomes the first player in the match into double figures with a huge assist from his skipper and his setter. The block was in place, but once again Wallace too good for it. Couldn't keep it in play. Sayed turned away in disgust there. Wallace is really swinging through his spikes. Talking about swinging through, that's how you do it. Sayed with the kill off the quick set. Well, we now have 3 players in double figures. Wallace joined by Sayed and Gafour earlier. All on 10. Terrific deep backside, and a nice finish as well from Lucas. But again, all the work done in the backcourt there. That was really nicely done by Thales, the libero. That's what you want your liberos doing, picking these things up off the floor, giving the big hitters a chance. So Brazil stay in control. What a nasty serve that was. And they'll get a second look at this. Kept alive with a bit of football there, but no contact on the antenna. If the ball touches the antenna, it's dead. Oh, they're at full stretch again there, the Iranians. And a timeout has now been called off the back of that. That gap is growing. And Iran might be playing at a very high level, but the Brazilians have just found another level.
Play tough game, really tough game. Just a few points is different. And it's not practice. Practice have a lot of free balls and but he played really good game. Just enjoying it because we are just 3 points back then. Nothing.
Well, it's mind games from Igor Kolakovic there, just saying there's nothing between us, just 3 points, but he's right just to remind his players they're close. But the feeling is that the Iranians are playing as well as they can, and Brazil if they need it, are just able to find another level. It's a really good pickup from Fayazi, but the block couldn't keep it in as well. Fayazi started it with that pickup and finishes it as well. The block was in place, but couldn't keep it in play. That's a wall of yellow and green to go to try and get past, and Wallace de Souza, though, could not control his block. And Iran get a point they needed. They need another one now. On serve, can Fayazi come up with something here? Decent effort. Tales has taken care of that. And will that be a finisher? No, it won't. It's gone long. So Iran right back in business now. Just like that. Oh, you heard Igor Kalakovic, the Iranian coach, saying it's just 3 points. Well, there's 2 of them. Can they level it up here? Fayazi drops one in. No stopping that cross court. What an angle. Huh. You can't defend that. Lucarelli just ripping the defenses apart there. Got everything. Height, penetration, speed, angle, accuracy. Unstoppable. Lucas nets side out. Here's Sayed then, looking to level it up. Ooh, that's not a bad effort either. Another terrific angle taken by Lucarelli. That was all about getting the angles right. Lucarelli just unstoppable again. Big one comes in from Wallace, nicely picked up and then finished off far side. Amir Ghafour, who started this match red hot, has been contained as Brazil's defenses have started to work him out, but still set him up, put him in a good position. Block a little late getting established there, and Ghafour able to punish it. The block was there, but couldn't keep it in. So close from Amir Ghafour. We get to the second technical timeout. Brazil in front, but Iran pressing.
Botar a mão do outro lado, mesmo que você não chegue na conexão, entendeu? Mas se colocar a mão do outro lado, porque ela tá passando, ó, muito rente, entendeu? Igual variação de saque é importante, tá? O que o Maurício estão fazendo, os caras ficam na dúvida lá, o líbero do goleiro tá caramba, vai buscar esse pulo de 7, acabou de buscar também. Mais de 7, o Maurício tá batendo ele, tá? Até o último momento mantém. Se você mexer, ele vem pra cima pra quebrar dentro. É isso aí.
Really good match this. One set all. And this third set, a nail biter. Brazil with the initiative and with serve. For now, side out. Puria Fayazi comes through again. Really brought some heat here. Nice fake, and then no chance of a block. Badipur with serve. Yeah, too hot. Leal. Spiraling away off the block. Shaffier looks around as if to say, is somebody going to get that? But no, this one was heading well out of play. Nobody home back court. Sousa then with serve. Sneaky one. Caught a bit of net. Well, there's a whistle there. Gets called against Brazil. Another terrific bit of defensive work, and you can see why the call came. Contact at the net. It would have been Lucas again. So can Iran level? Yes, they can. What a stuffed block. Huge. Sayed again, who can be a beast, was right in the thick of that. Did he get the decisive touch that has leveled up this third set? Let's take a look. Yes, it is. The right forearm of Sayed with the stuff. Lucas denied. And Brazil take a timeout. Their lead gone. Huge stuff block from Sayed, his second block point of the match. And it's a big one. You look back to the timeout taken on the other side. And Igor Kolakovic just said, it's only 3 points we're behind. What a response he got from his team off the back of that. They immediately won the next 2 points to get themselves right back in business. Here, they've leveled it up. As we are in the third and final phase of this third set as well. We've had the second technical timeout. It's the sprint for the finish line here, and what a sizzler. Died over the net. Ace serve, thank you very much. And Iran continue to get terrific productivity out of this man right here, Ali Shaffier, with his second ace of the match. Shaffier is not going to beat you with his pace on serve, but his guile, that's another story. He is dropping them in here, there, and everywhere, and the Brazilians don't know how to defend him. That time he goes deep. They pick it up. If they can pick it up, they should be able to dispatch it. The backups waiting for their chance. Happy enough about that. The reverse set and the see you later swing from Wallace. Gets Brazil back level. And they'll be happy to get Shaffier out of there. Sneaky Shaffier with a couple of aces, helping to put Iran right back in business in this third set. Far side, picked up nicely by Fernando. But they'll get a second bite at this, and they'll go quick inside. But a miss. Sayed's just missed the by a whisker there. They're going to call it though. They say, let's have another look at that. The call in the chair was instant, but equally the challenge was immediate. Sayed would have had a good view of that far side. The coaching staff's view would have been not so good, but Sayed, has he seen something? Yes, he has. He's called it immediately, and it's gone the Iranian way. He had no hesitation there at all. As soon as he saw the call go against him, he said, challenge it. And he was right. So Gafour got a big serve on him. Went for one there. Really nicely taken. But they'll get another look at this, the Iranians. Near side, nothing doing. Pancake rescue there. Still it goes on. Farazi, there's the buzzer goes there that rather confuses everybody. We're going to have another look at this one. Brazil challenge a net issue. What have they seen? You see the net move, and sometimes you're not sure why. Where's the contact come from?
Which way is this going to go? A lot of ball being put into this challenge request. So anxious to get things back on the way.
Well, this is a long wait as we get this one reviewed. And it's an intriguing time of the third set as well, with the Iranians 19-18 up. Having fallen behind early in this third set as well, they've regrouped so well. Oh. Well, no fault is the call. There's a gamble that backfired. Now, we're having a conversation about whether this point gets replayed or not. Well, the point has been awarded to Iran. After all that. So that's a big moment. And it keeps the big serving, free swinging Amir Ghafour back there as well for Iran. Well, that's not coming back. Leal for Brazil under pressure now. The Iranians can side out for third set. It's Brazil who need a point on serve. No panic. They'll have to get it right here. But Leal was certainly looking for something. Well, he's not getting it. Sayed is having some fun in there. Sayed's elevated his game to a whole new level. The top scorer in this match was not going to be denied there. And, Lucas left all on his own. Defensively, had to try and spread himself wide. Impossible odds against him. Sayed with his 12th attack point confirms the Iranian superiority here in this third set. And Pouria Fayazi goes for an aggressive one. Picked up. He's varied it up as well. The cross court is too good, just from Wallace. Almost a miraculous dig there from Fayazi. Back court. How close was that? So, a change of personnel brings Flavio, the middle blocker, in to give Lucas a breather. The best middle blocker in last year's Pan American Cup, Flavio. Nasty, sneaky serve, but it's been dealt with emphatically, and Sayed on the inside is just creating mayhem. It's typical Maroof. Who's hot? I'll keep feeding him. We saw him do this with Amir Ghafour at the start of the match. Right now, it's this man that's looking unstoppable. Sayed is in a rich vein of form. Can't find an ace, though. Side out. Allen looks like he's checking in for Fernando as they go for height at the net. Looking to get the block here. Brazil looking to win the point on serve. They need to level this up. It's a sizzler from Wallace. And I think it took a touch on the way through. It did. Well, Ibadipur with the big swing. The block is absolutely terrific, and that took more than a fingertip, didn't it? Took a whole bunch of Allen. Souza alongside him. So that didn't work. Fernando comes back in after the second Brazil timeout. Has he called it? Well, I think he wanted the timeout, and the referee said no. Saeed Maroof will not beat you with his power, but it might just trouble you with his placement at 23-21. What does he come up with here? Comfortable take. Again, good work defensively from Fayazi, and it's finished by Abadipur, and the Iranians are on the brink of a 2-1 set lead here. Now Brazil can take that timeout, but is it too late? What a terrific response this has been. Well, they had the momentum at the start of this second set. They jumped into the very early lead. And then that timeout. And those few well-chosen words from Igor Kolakovic turned this third set on its head. And from trailing by 3, Iran lead by 3, and it's set point. Now, it might just come here as well. What a chance. And there it is. The pipe attack is good from Puria Fayazi, and Brazil, just as they did a year ago in the VNL, are going to have to go 5 to get past Iran, because the Iranians have taken this third set for a 2-1 lead, 25-21. And that was a terrific response from them. It really was. Falling behind early, but regrouping, rallying, getting big, big plays out of the likes of Sayed in particular. Shafiei, who came up with a big ace when it was needed. And the Iranians now 2-1 to the good. So that's how Iran came from behind to win it. This is how they did it, by the numbers. A couple of big blocks, Sayed involved. A couple of big aces as well. And that one from Shafiei really stood out. Attack points, opponent errors, so little in it. It's fine margins, but the fine margins went the Iranians' way, and this is where they've been dropping the serves in, most of them down the middle, staying away from the wings. That's where they did it in the second set, and how they switched it up in the third set. Big, big change. So the Iranians adjusting so well in that third set. After the second set fizzled right out on them.
Every point is big, guys. Big, so big.
Every point is big. It sounds so simple, but it's true. Iran overdue a win at world level against Brazil. Last beat them in a World League group stage game. 3-1 back in 2014. Since then, Played 5, lost 5. But Brazil have never beaten Iran 6 times in a row at this level. And a year ago, they had to go 5 sets to get past Iran. They're going to have to do that again here if they want to get the win. It's the Iranians, 2-1 to the good here. Both teams, along with France, unbeaten in this year's VNL. Set 4 underway then, with Iran serving and leading 2-1. And they put the first point of this 4th set on the board as well. The block was too good for Brazil. The initiative switches to them. What can Wallace come up with? Absolutely nothing. A bunch of net. Well, the initiative had switched on that point. Brazil had it and couldn't do anything with it. Well, Wallace had a lot of traffic to navigate there, and I think he was rather flummoxed by the quality of that block. Ended up netting. So Badipur will stay on serve. Leal has picked that one up, and that is getting dispatched with interest by Lucas. Side out Brazil. Lucas, the latest member of the double-digit club in this match. There's now 5 players on 10 or more, with a couple more on 9. So the load is really getting shared around, and there's another player that's making his contribution as well. The pipe attack, absolutely blistering from Badipur there. In full flight, no nonsense, no stopping him. Chaffier, we know how sneaky he can be with his serves. The block is too good once again. What an easy one-on-one that was for Sayed to win. Yeah, this is getting interesting. Brazil right off the boil at the moment. What a chance for Iran to end their long, long drought against Brazil at world level. Got the 2-set-to-1 lead. They've made the early breakthrough here. There's the net from Chaffier. Far from a crisis for Brazil, but they are under pressure. Let's see what their vastly experienced captain Lucas can come up with here. He nets side out. Gafour, always dangerous. Nicely taken by Tales, who's been solid today and sent down the line. No huge celebration from Brazil. Game faces are on now. Wallace had to win that one and did. Sayed and Fayazi were there to try and deny him. Wallace has beaten a lot of blocks in this match. There's another one. Oh, just missed. Well judged. Not for the first time. Wallace close to an ace. Iran keeping the pressure on here. 5-3. Give themselves a great chance. Well, did that drop in? It did. It's an ace from Puria Fayazi. What a serve to pull out of the bag. And right off the back of this, Brazil say, oh, we got to call a timeout here. It's perfect in the corner. Lucarelli looked in despair. Fayazi has nailed that one to perfection.
Temos que ir pra cima desse cara, tentar ser específico em cima desse cara. Mas a gente precisa de mais difícil de saque, tá? Bora, bora.
Well, Renan Del Zotto in the crowd watching on as Marcelo Frankowiak tries to rally his team from what is starting to look a very worrying position. We're in a bit of a dogfight against Australia in the first round of pool matches against Katowice. A much reshuffled squad on that occasion, it has to be said. Australia took them to 5, fought hard. They're in another battle here, and that battle is just getting worse and worse and worse. Back-to-back ace serves from Puria Fayazi. And Brazil are in some disarray here. Totally different look to his serve here on the second one. But the net result, just as good. And the pack getting shuffled here by Brazil. Wallace out. Get him out of the firing line. That's a big plus right there for Iran. Allen comes back in. Now, who will Fayazi target here? Surely not a hat-trick of aces. Surely not. No. Again, he changed it up. And to net. Lucarelli has been around the game long enough to know that they need to start getting themselves some momentum here, Brazil. The pipe attack from the man of the moment right now. Puria Fayazi does it again. 3 points out of the last 4. We get to the first technical time out of this fourth set with Iran comfortable. What a man that suddenly caught fire is that man right there with the pipe attack. Puria Fayazi, the man whose back-to-back aces gave Iran control of this fourth set. Then came up with that to have the world number ones reeling and in big, big trouble now. It's amazing how often in this match the Iranians have managed to find one player who just catches fire. Earlier, it was Amir Ghafour. Sayed, the big middle blocker, suddenly was unplayable. And now it's Puria Fayazi that is proving to be too hot to handle for Brazil. And the world number ones are in trouble. The net serve from Sayed. More changes. Flavio back in after his brief cameo in the last set. As he looks for blockers. He got a blocker there, but did it stay in? No, it did not. Just spun away. Well, Ibadapur was watching all the way there because the block got right in his face. But they couldn't keep it in. So Iran keep this lead. They can expect pressure, though, to come. Here's Maroof with serve. And that is no nonsense from Yoandi Leal, side out. Leal, the latest player into double figures for the match. The 6th. Allen with with serve. Oh, somehow that's been conjured over. Can they get a winner out of this, Brazil? No, they can't. Full stretch defenses, and in the end it was Ali Chafier coming up with the winner. Another player who just joins the double-digit club. Point number 10 for Ali Chafier. Badapur went for a big one. Konkroviak knows that his team is in a bit of trouble here. They need points on serve quickly. Here's Leal, who has an ace to his name. Oh, reaching brilliantly, Puria Fayazi. Well, what a third set he's having. There's another member of the double-digit club. Once this one is put in the books, absolutely brilliant. Well, it goes against him. That one won't. Really big pick up off the serve as well from Fayazi. Finished emphatically. Oh, an ace serve. Well, there's a bonus and a real shock as well. Well, this wasn't expected, but yet again, they've crafted something off the Ali Chafier serve. Well, Tales has been a really solid receiver. Had an early error, and that's only his second one. But Chafier has come up with yet another very creative serve. That's his third ace. He really is a handful. Went after Tales again, nothing doing this time, and that's been sent back by Lucarelli, but Brazil are chasing this. That earlier Chafier ace has just given them a bit more breathing room again. Brazil hanging on to this right now, trailing 9-12. Can Flavio come up with something off serve? Badapur handles that, and finished by Amir Ghafour. It's about holding your nerve, believing in yourself, listening to your coach, who's got it absolutely perfect today. The right word in the right ear at the right time is all about coaching. Ghafour goes for another heavy hit. And it came back with interest. That's Allen. That wasn't an easy point to win from there either. One of those nasty ones around the 3-meter line that you overhit if you get it wrong, or gets blocked if you don't put enough on it. But Allen, perfect there with that cross court. But Brazil still hanging on here. There's that going. Nice adjustment made by Lucarelli, but he's blocked there. We'll get another look at it with Lucarelli. This time he breaks through. Took him 3 bites at it, but he got there. Now, is this the start of the Brazil charge? Yeah, it was Maruf who mistimed his jump. Opened the door wide open. And the pressure eventually telling. The net serve. Iran stay in control of their own destiny here. They've found 7 ace serves, 3 from Chafier, 2 from this man right here. Puria Fayazi looks for another one. It's a flat one. Yeah. Souza finding that gap in no man's land. Sometimes it's placement rather than power that will do the job. And that was all about placement. Brazil looking to crank up the tempo here. Another Brazil point makes this one too close to call. Can Lucarelli find it? Ooh, what a pickup from Puria. Oh, and finished by Gafour. That'll go in the stats as a Gafour kill, but that was all about the service reception. It was breathtakingly good from Puria Fayazi. And finished just as emphatically by that man right there. Well, we are seeing some big hitting here. That's Leal driving through. We're seeing some real quality here, some terrific service reception. And some lethal spiking. So Brazil keeping the pressure on. The block's there, but no good. Flavio thought he might have had a piece of that. Now the second technical timeout arrives. Still the Iranians keeping Brazil at arm's length. But the pressure's starting to build now on both these two teams. Which one's going to crack? Well, Marcelo Frankowiak is certainly not holding anything back now. Meanwhile, Renan Del Zotto in the crowd because of that suspension. Can only sit and watch. He should be back down on court tomorrow with his suspension served. Nothing he can do. Now let's see what the world number ones are made of. What an opportunity this is for Iran. And Saeed Marouf will serve at 16-13. It's another sneaky effort just to drop one over the net. Side out. Here's Allen serving. They need a point on serve. And they get it right there. There's the big stuff block. That was Flavio. That's Brazil back in business. Huge stuff block from another one of these bench players that's come in. In fact, that may well have been Thiago that got a piece of that. Huge, huge point. So Allen stays on. Brazil looking to level. Pressure building. Ibadipur has to be accurate, and it is. Oh my goodness, how deep was that? Fine margins. But this keeps Iran in control of their destiny. Look at all that traffic he's had to negotiate as well. Bisecting the backcourt beautifully there, Ibadipur. Couldn't have played it much better. Here he is serving. Just drops one over. That's going to come back. And does. Allen, emphatic. But a weak serve. Ruthlessly punished. And Brazil still haven't gone away. Allen turning up the heat. Brazil looking to level. That's good, scrubbed off the block by Gafour. Iran holding their nerve. Puts the pressure back on Brazil. Very flat serve. Got what it deserved. Cross court, deep, Lucarelli, side out. Gone very conservative with their serving here, Iran. Will they come to regret that? Brazil with another chance to level. Flavio with serve, they'll go far side, and too good again. Puria Fayazi, he has swung so effectively in this match. Still, the Iranians won't buckle, but they just cannot shake Brazil off. Now, they've been ultra conservative in their last two at serves, Iran. Will they dial it up a little bit here? Put some pressure back on. Well, Gafour always goes full on. Surely it'll be another big one from him, and it is. Brilliantly taken. Absolutely brilliant from Yoandi Leal, backcourt there. That service reception could not have been better, and it had to be perfect as well, otherwise this match might have gone away. Well, it's all about Allen with the finish, but it was Leal with service reception that has helped keep Brazil in this match. The Iranians just can't shake him off. But up to now, Brazil can't close the gap either. Nail-biting stuff here in set 4. Oh, well, it was all about reception again, and Amir Gafour was put in a bad place. He wants the touch. He says there's a block touch on that, and they've called it. But is that because they believe it, or because they just need it and they're hoping for something? Well, Gafour looked at the referee and said, well, that must have taken a touch. Here is the challenge, and there is the touch on Souza. How big is that? Huge, huge call there. The block touch keeps Iran in control of this one. Well, my goodness me. This is nail-biting stuff. Back in comes Puria Yali defensively as they look to try and execute a block, with Maroof checking out. This would be a time for another ace, wouldn't it? He's not getting one there, though, Fayazi. There's a block! Sayed! A one-on-one stuff that might just have given Iran a 4-set victory here over the world number ones. Mano a mano. It's Leal against Sayed, and it's the Iranian middle blocker with the stuff that might just have wiped out Brazil here. He's timed it perfectly. He's hung there, only man there, and he was all over it. Sayed with the stuff that might have just sent Brazil to their first defeat of the 2019 VNL. But during that timeout taken by Marcelo from Koviak, obviously, Igor Kolakovic will, I'm sure, have said to his players, keep your feet on the ground. This is not over. this is the world number ones you're facing. It's not over yet, but what a position they've given themselves. Puria Fayazi will continue with serve. He'll go for this one. It's big. Tales has got a piece of that. Not much of a play here, though, for Allen. It's just a slap over. The initiative switches, and the cross-court misses from Ibadipur. What a moment there for Iran. It was a bad miss as well. What a chance to more or less wrap this up. But Ibadipur, from an angle admittedly, has missed the cross-court and missed it bad. They have to forget that. They still have themselves a terrific position here. Lucarelli, he'll have to go for it. Maruf has to go for second touch, they're in trouble. Ibadipur dumps over. What can Brazil find here? They'll send it to Leal, cross-court, blocked. He'll get a second bite. He'll scrub one off the block, and Brazil aren't dead yet. Big point there for Brazil, and you wonder if Kolakovic is thinking timeout here. Momentum shifts again. Sure enough, he calls it. He waited, he looked, and said, we need it. A typical response from the world number ones. Other teams would have been out of it off that Sayed block. That looked like a backbreaker, but this is Brazil we're talking about, and they are 1 point from leveling it up. They go for another big one. Service reception is good, but the pickup is there as well. No winner for Gafour. Leal looks for the winner, and he gets it, and we are level. The turnaround is complete. Frankowiak leads the cheers. Typical Brazil, this. They've dug so deep, and Sayed, who got the better of Leal one-on-one, is on the wrong end of that one, and Brazil are back in business. Now, a test of Iranian nerve. They've had a winning position here. It's been dragged off them, but the attempted deep ace serve has just gone too long. Side out Iran. Farhad Gaemi will replace Sayed. It's a pinch hit. Another one of the very experienced Iranians that's been a core part of their development over the last 4 or 5 years. What can Farhad Gaemi come up with here? Leal blocked, but the Iranians get a bite at this again. That's a tough one for Ibadipur. The initiative switches over to the other side. Leal blocked, but out. Brazil stay in, and they dodged a bullet there. There was a moment you just thought the Iranians had given themselves a chance with the initiative, but once again, Leal has come up with 2 big winners near side, scrubbing them both off the block, and we're level still. Souza not sending that one back. Milad Ibadipur, who missed a cross-court earlier, that would have effectively sealed the deal. Didn't miss that one. Much better angle for him. And the Iranians needing a point on serve. Can Maruf come up with it? Leal, a block is there, but it's been picked up brilliantly. And then a block the other way. Flavio comes up huge to deny Puria Fayazi. That looked for all the world like Iran going to match point. Here he comes, and Flavio saying, don't bring it here. Side out. Stuff block, huge for Brazil. Allen with serve. It's a zinger, it really is. Hazratpour has done brilliantly, and it takes Iran to match point. What a pickup from Mohammad Reza Hazratpour, backcourt. In comes Mohamed Manavi. As Fayazi sits out, they're looking to get the big beasts up there, get the block. Try and wrap this up right here. Ibadapour, long. So they return to their base, Iran. Oh, Leal really going for that one. Picked up by Hazratpour again. The block is there, and it's dropped on the line. It's dropped on the line, and Brazil now are forcing Iran to chase. There is going to be a challenge on this, and why wouldn't you at this stage of the match? Not sure that challenge is going to pay off. That looked like it caught a big chunk of the line. But why not? It didn't catch a lot, but it caught enough. So it's Brazil who will be serving for the set after the timeout.
Deep and strong, deep and strong. Are we ready for I'm really sorry. Can't wait. This side out.
Well, has their best chance gone here, the Iranians? They had that lead. They couldn't hold it. Now it's Brazil serving to take this to a tiebreaker. It's a big one as well. Too big. Well, Ibadapour on the Iranian side went for it all and just missed. Then Yohandy Leal, likewise, he too just misses. Sayed comes back in for Gayemi. The biggest of the big bodies. As Iran look to try and get a block. Just regain the initiative that they've tossed away here. Not stopping that. Flavio, who had a huge block point earlier, takes the quick set to give Brazil set point again. That's been dealt with as well by Sayed. We're going deep in this one. We're at 26 all. And who's going to crack? went for that one. The block is there. The initiative returns to the Iranians. Fayazi was certainly in the middle of it. I think Sayed was alongside him. One of them got a big chunk of that. Big enough to give Iran match point again. What a nail-biting fourth set we've had here. It's not over yet. It's a long way from over, but it is match point. And he went for it again there, Ghafour. This has got to be good, and it's gone long, but it took a touch. Oh, Lucarelli breathing a huge sigh of relief. Thiago, who's come up with a couple of huge block points in this match, will now serve. Is that going to stay alive? No, it's not. It was a serve that didn't ask any questions at all. It brings up yet another match point. They've conjured up 7 ace serves, Iran. Can they find an 8th here to seal what would be a momentous victory? And it is a man who's capable of coming up with an ace, Pouria Fayazi, who's already got a couple. Can he find another? It's a zinger. It's a good one. They've got to do a lot of work with this. It's picked up by Fayazi. What a chance this is. Oh, and there's a whistle that goes. Oh, my goodness me. Double touch called against Iran. What a chance that was. My goodness. Well, they've just got to get back to refocus here. Brazil get a huge let-off. Ebadipur, no, nothing doing there. Leal, he's picked up back court. That was important from Ghafour, who can try and finish the job. He's blocked out of it. Momentum has shifted again. That double touch has really messed with the Iranians mentally. Now it's Brazil at set point. Just when it looked like this one was over, that huge double touch call has led to back-to-back points for Brazil. The initiative regained and a chance to take this to a tiebreaker again. The pipe attack denied. Tales stops Fayazi. Then there's a block. Leal is denied. They'll get another look at it. Brilliant pickup from Ghafour. Ebadipur blocked. There's a whistle that goes against Brazil. Iran hold out. Net touch, the call. Side out. Sayed. Oh, it's an ace. Dropped it in perfectly. Another switch of initiative. Both teams have had their chances in this fourth set. This nail-biter. They're going to challenge that on the basis that you might as well. Maybe the Brazilians will take a look at that. It looked pretty good. This looks a very, very forlorn hope indeed. But this deep in the set, if you've got a challenge remaining, might as well toss it out there. Hope for something. Not a chance. But I think he knew it. I don't think that was any more than a delaying tactic and a burn it anyway challenge. It takes them to match point again, though. Sayed with another chance. This extraordinary fourth set goes on and on and on, and they're going to make Sayed wait for this. The fifth Iranian to conjure up a ace in this match. It gives them the initiative back again, puts all the pressure, heaps all the pressure back on Brazil. They're the team chasing now. What an intense fourth set we've had. Is this the last act? Well, no, they're challenging again. They're looking at something else this time. Foot fault. Forget that. Well, that's the challenge he's gone. That was as pointless as the first one. But it will have disrupted momentum. And I think that was what the whole point of the exercise was. Here we are, though. Match point. Sayed serves and nets, and that tactic paid off. So we're level again. That was clever. Where it may backfire, of course, if Brazil need another challenge. Because they haven't got any now. Hype attack. Denied. That's too good, way too good. Flavio dominating Fayazi at the net there. The initiative switches again. Brazil with another chance, yet another chance. As we go deeper and deeper now, it's the Iranians to say, let's play the challenge game. This is an ambitious one, yeah, and he knows it. The look on his face said it all. All right, okay, we can do this too. Is there a net touch there? I think we all know the answer. Absolutely no way through that block for a bad ball. Oh, it's poor. They got away with it. My goodness me, they got away with it. (31 all). It's the set that just won't end. Yoandy Leal makes it set point. Brazil again. Nobody home for Iran. Yet another chance for Brazil. Oh, is that going to go? It's an ace. Allen's fluked an ace to take this to a tiebreaker. Well, Marcelo Frankowiak, the coach, used those two challenges at match point down to just completely destroy the rhythm of Sayed. That has proved to produce a huge dividend. And a nail-biting fourth set goes the way of Brazil, 33-31. That's why they're the world number ones. They don't know when they're beaten. This one's going to a tiebreaker. Yet another five-setter between these two. Just as it was a year ago. Looks like Maroof has won the toss again, just as he did at the start of the match. But we are going to a fifth set, a tiebreaker, when it's a race to 15. They've had their chances, Iran, in that last set. And that double touch looms large. Just when it was looking like they were going to wrap it all up, the call went against them. Then the big calls on the challenges. This is how the fourth set unfolded. Well, what a nail-biting fourth set that was. 33-31, it finished in the end to Brazil, which is why we are going into a fifth set, just as we did a year ago. Let's have a look at the spike contact points for Brazil in that fourth set. No mystery about where they were sending their attacks, is there? They were staying away from the middle, where Sayed has been patrolling and prowling so effectively defensively for Iran. They've been sending it down that left side. That's where Lucarelli and Leal, in particular, have been so effective. He's really had to shuffle his deck here. Marko Frankowiak. Likes of Isaac and Wallace, Douglas, are all starters. They've been all on the bench. There's Yoandi Leal in particular. Has been very, very big. Allen has made a big difference as well. But who can now find that extra gear to stay perfect in this year's VNL? Both unbeaten. But for the second time in 4 matches, Brazil have been dragged into a 5-setter. They won the last one against the Aussies in Katowice. And Marcelo Frankowiak's side make it 2 out of 2 in 5-setters, make it 4-0 in this year's VNL. Or will Iran stay perfect? We're about to find out. Don't blink, you might miss something. Thiago with serve. That got dealt with. The backup setter, not a devastating server. Chafier puts the first point of the tiebreaker on the board for Iran. Ali Chafier will now serve. He has 3 aces. Great penetration there. Brilliant pickup from Maroof. Absolutely stunning to deny Allen. And how about that for placement from Pouria Fayazi? My goodness me. He was put in a tough position there. That back, far back from the net. He's taken this from beyond the 3-meter line and he's placed it perfectly. That's a huge play, it really is. So Chafier stays there, right there, serving. Side out. The stuff block is there. Brazil back in business. Lucarelli was there far, so near side. That's a big point right there. Gafour, who's done so much damage down that flank. Not this time. Lucarelli, who's been beaten so many times, gets his first block point of the match. And we are completely level. 2 sets all, 2 points all in the decider. Oh, brilliant pickup. It took a big touch on the way through. So chalk that one up to Amir Ghafour. Taking one off Flavio. Flavio's been effective as a blocker since coming in. No danger of him getting yanked. Ghafour has put in another big shift. Just wonder if that serving arm is starting to feel it. Flavio. It's kept alive by Thiago. Lucarelli denied by the block. They'll go backside, and that's an effective hit. Taking it off the block, Allen off the reverse set. Thank you very much, Brazil, edge in front. First time Brazil have been in the lead in this match in a long time. 2-1 in the first set. Well, they're in front now on an ace. Dropped right at the feet of Milad Ibadipur. Confirms that. And an immediate timeout taken. Well, that's Flavio, who's done some damage with his blocking, now doing some damage with an ace serve. And the balance of power tips decisively in favor of Brazil. And is history repeating itself here? A 5-setter when they met a year ago in the VNL. Are Brazil going to break Iranian hearts again? They're well on the way now. Well, he said the right things earlier, Igor Kolakovic. Can he rally his team again? They're in trouble now, though. Buria Fayazi put in another very difficult position. He managed to find a winner the last time he was swinging from mid-range, not this time. And Brazil really starting to run away with this decider now. Well, he'll look back at those 2 challenges as a key moment. The back end of this 4th set at match point down. Just disrupted the rhythm of Sayed and the Iranians. There's a cross court there that doesn't work. Lucarelli tries a little bit of finesse, and that's good enough. And the Iranians unraveling now. Lucarelli so clever there. They were set for power. He just turned it off, dropped it in. And Maruf actually probably needed to leave it alone. He had players behind him. And his touch sent it past them. And this match now looks like it's got away from Iran completely. Flavio continues with serve. It's not great service reception. The initiative switches straight back to Brazil. And that has been coming for a long time. Lucarelli driving one down again as the Iranians just fall apart here in this tiebreaker. They put so much into that 4th set. They were on the brink so often. But it looks like the tank is empty here for Iran in this tiebreaker. And that change around is just really delaying the inevitable, you feel. You can't come back from 8-3 down in a tiebreaker against the world #1s. It's just not possible. Amir Ghafour trudging off as Buria Yali comes back in. As Coach Kalakovic just tries to breathe a bit of life back into his team. Gafour looked beaten mentally as much as anything. They just need to get Flavio out of there, get a side out, build from there. Well, there's the first part of the equation. Ibadipur driving through on the pipe attack. You look back to that fourth set, those challenges that disrupted their rhythm, but also that double touch when they were setting up for what would have been a match-winning spike. 4 match points they had. They couldn't finish Brazil off. And will Iran rue that missed opportunity? So many of them. Great defensive work from Fayazi, but there's a whistle there that goes against Maruf. The point had gone anyway. Oh, hello. Play it again.
Don't shout. Because I feel that you start rock player. That's all. Don't shout.
Well, you could just see Mauricio Souza there just leading his teammates away, just saying, well, we don't like the call, it's gone against us, but let's get our heads back on. That's not the call they wanted. We'll do this one over. That's a huge break for Iran. Can they take advantage of it? Fayazi. Skims the net, almost takes the net off. They're talking about authority. Souza, the man who told his teammates, just settle down and get back on with it, with a spike that had real venom and spite and was simply unstoppable. Cannot defend that. Oh, has he caught it? Has he caught a bit of the line there? Alan has come up with something magical right there. And at 10-4, timeout, but surely game over.
Brazil turning it on in the fifth set, showing why they are the #1 team in the world.
He said everything he can say now. Igor Kalakovic burns his second time out as he had to. But Brazil in this race to 15, remember, in the tiebreaker, can see the finish line. Brilliant pickup from Hazratpour, but it's had to just go straight over the net, and that's going to come back at him. And Mauricio Souza, when it really matters, has come up big time for Brazil. He's the man who settled his side back down again when that replay point call had rattled him. He just told them all, get on with it. And he's come up with not one, but 2 straight down the gut kills that have effectively wiped out any chance of an Iranian response. Allen stays on serve, side out as he nets. That's the kind of serve that you can put in when you're 11-4 up. Side out. Sayed, the man whose rhythm was broken, remember, when he was serving for the match. Those 2 challenges. He netted off the back of that. Oh, out. There's a surprise. Lucarelli. Just a glimmer of a chance here. That's all it is. They still need miracles here, Iran. Sayed. disguised. Scrubbing one off the block there. Looked for all the world like Souza was going to take it. That just froze the defenders. Souza the decoy. Lucarelli with the finish. Lucarelli on 20 points. Now the match's top scorer, just a point ahead of Sayed. So many big contributors in this match. The block was there, but Yali too good for it. Side out. Oh my goodness me. Well, Leal's made a complete mess of that. And now, have they just got a chance here? Marcelo Frankowiak is going to take a look at that and say, oh, no, we're stopping that right here. Well, Leal completely lost the flight of that one.
Beleza, eu acho uma boa. Só que se bola sobre bola paralela você tem.
Player to not be trusted in this situation, and he'll be as cross with himself as anybody. But we move on. Brazil still in a big comfort zone here. They'll go near side. Allen is denied. The Iranians get a chance here, but the block there too good. And of course it had to be Leal that was right in the thick of it. He had Souza alongside him, but Leal, who made a mess of that service, doing enough to put off Yali, who I think just caught a bunch of net in the end there. No block. And Brazil moved to within 2 points of wrapping this one up and sending everybody home. The block too good again. Flavio off the bench so effectively. His third block point. Brazil's 11th takes them to match point. Remember, they fought off 4 match points in that 4th set, and here they are running away with the tiebreaker. And it's Souza, who's been as good as anybody in a yellow shirt today, serving for it. As Rapport sends it over on first touch. Ooh, they didn't get the winner there, though. And that took a fingernail on the way through, so Yali keeps it alive for Iran. Well, they had a chance there, Brazil. They still have plenty more chances. And there is no sense of concern anywhere around this Brazil squad. It's just a matter of when. Is it right now? That's a good serve. And it's going to keep Iran alive. Well, the overpass really created by the quality of the serve. Now, if he can find 4 more of those, you never know. Badipur will have to go for another one. Oh, he nets, that's it. It's all over. What a good match that was. We weren't sure if we could have as good a one as we saw a year ago in this competition, but Brazil and Iran have served up another treat here. Brazil on the brink of defeat in that 4th set. Used every trick in the book to stay alive, fighting off 4 match points and then galloping away with the tiebreaker. Once again, they've broken Iranian hearts. A really good match, though, between 2 teams who will both be thinking, we're going to be there or thereabouts when they play the final in Chicago next month. It's a first defeat for Iran. Brazil stay unbeaten, but for the 2nd time, they've had an almighty scare. It went to 5 against Australia in Poland. They've been taken 5 in Tokyo against Iran, but they've found, once again, a way to come up with a win. That's what makes them Olympic champions. That's what makes them the best in the world. And that's what makes them unbeaten in this year's VNL so far. Brazil have found a way to win again. They've beaten Iran 3-2. So that's the story